Okay, we are on. We are live. Okay. We'll give it a minute. Okay. Hello, everyone. We'll give everyone a few minutes to log on, and then we'll introduce ourselves. What is on now? You can just dance if you want.
I was in a dance warm-up.
Okay. Welcome everyone that's signing on. We're going to have a fun night of conversations. I hope it's a fun night of conversations. Okay. This is the first time I have kind of done the Facebook Live without Ronica here, so I'm not quite sure on the technical part. I can't even tell to see if everyone's signing in. I don't even know, but we're just going to trust that this is all happening.
Yes, that seems to be the theme of the evening.
Yeah, we're just going to trust that you can see us. Okay. All right. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Facebook Live, Natural Healing's Facebook Live. I am Pam.
And I am Sara.
Yeah. We do massage and cranial sacral here at Natural Healing. And this is our first time doing Facebook Live together. But yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Yes,
we'll see how it goes.
We'll see how it goes.
Okay, so I think everyone's starting to sign on. Okay, we'll go ahead and get started then. Okay. Well, again, I'm Pam. This is Sara.
Yes.
We do massage here at Natural Healing. We do cranial sacral here. I work mostly during the day. Sara works mostly in the evenings, but we both pretty much work together also. What we'd like to talk about tonight, what we really like to talk about, we really just want you to maybe get to know us a little bit and just have a conversation, really getting to know us just through some of our beliefs, some of our perceptions, just having an open heart discussion about some of our daily practices that we ourselves practice, and just kind of see where the evening goes, see where the conversation goes. We originally were kind of thinking that we're going to talk about what we do to prepare ourselves in the morning, what we do during the day to keep ourselves centered, talking about honoring ourselves, connecting with ourselves. But I think we're just going to see how the evening kind of goes.
Yeah, and we can just go ahead and share, the other night we got together to plan what we were going to say,
Yeah, and it never, we had a great conversation, but
we talked for 3 hours, and we're like, oh, now we have
nothing to say. So we're just going to see how things flow. Okay, so one of the things that have been kind of on my heart is what do I do to maintain my connection to self throughout the day? And I do what many people do. I do my yoga practice in the morning. I do my meditation in the morning. And then, I go about my day. I prepare myself, for my day. And a thought came to me am I truly staying connected during the day? Am I really, really connected with myself during the day? I spend, 1 hour in the morning maybe doing yoga and meditation, but really what is happening the other 23 hours? Am I truly connected? So I had a great meditation the other day that I'd like to kind of share that might kind of spark some conversation. And what I did was I do practice meditation. I do practice connecting with my higher self. I do practice that on a daily basis, and it's an amazing way for me to connect and to prepare myself. But another thing I've been doing lately is, and I don't know why I haven't really practiced this before, was just sitting with myself. I spend time connecting to my higher self, but how often do I really sit and connect with myself, have a conversation with myself? So I did that recently. I sat in a chair, and this is different than my meditation practice. I sat in a chair, eyes open, no music playing, no radio, no book, no TV, nothing to distract me. And I just sat, silently, and just focusing on the present moment. And I asked my body, how are you feeling today? I just asked, how are you feeling today? And I immediately heard, well, I could use some more stretching. And, and I found that very interesting. I was like, okay, I heard I could use a little bit more stretching. Then I heard, since you asked, I also think what I'd also like is maybe you to be more present with me when you're taking a shower. When you tend to do it unconsciously, and you're not really paying attention to me as you're showering and washing me. Then I heard, I'm feeling some heaviness on my chest. It feels kind of like anxiety. Could you please ask that emotion what it wants? And until you resolve that emotion, would you mind please taking some deep breaths? Because I think some deep breaths would make me feel so much better. Then I heard my hands say, could you be more gentle with us? We would like you to be more gentle. And then I heard my throat say, I really want to speak more. I wish I could speak more. And then I heard my mind say, I would like to be appreciated more. I hear so often, get out of your head, but I would like to be appreciated more. And then I connected with my heart, and I heard, Mama, why don't you ever listen to me? Why don't you ever ask me how I'm feeling? We agreed to be on this journey together. In fact, you said that you would let me guide you, and instead I feel like you're just dragging me along. And it was such a powerful moment for me that it really brought me to tears. It really honestly brought me to tears, because I realized that even my daily routine of yoga, of meditation, was kind of on autopilot. It was kind of part of my to-do list. Mm-hmm. Get up in the morning, do my yoga, do my meditation, I'm ready for the day. Mm-hmm. But did I really, really, truly connect with me? Did I really, really connect with myself? And that was such a powerful moment for me. And then after I had that moment, I went for a walk, and I just felt so much love and companionship. Like throughout my life, I always felt like I was kind of on this journey alone. And after I had this meditation, I was like, oh my God, I am not alone. Like, I have all of this consciousness on this journey with me, and I never ask it, how's it feeling today? I text Sara all the time, and I say, I know my hands are cold. I text Sara all the time and say, Sara, how are you feeling today? What's going on? How are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
But how often do we really, really sit in a quiet place and ask ourselves, how am I feeling today? How do we reflect? Do we really reflect? Am I, what are my intentions in life? What are my desires in life? What do I love about myself? Do I love about myself? Do I love myself? What do I want to create in life? And really ask these questions. And again, it feels to me different than meditation, where I'm connecting to my all-knowing higher self. This was different. It felt more of my physical self, a combination of my physical self and my spiritual self together. And that's really what kind of brought me into this questioning, am I really, really connecting to myself throughout the day?
Yeah, I think that's beautiful. This is my first time hearing that, so I think that was a great, great. Okay, we have a question.
How can you explain to others how to do that? How to have a conversation with yourself?
Honestly, I would honestly do what I did, and again, this is what worked for me. And again, it was different than my meditation practice. It was very different than my meditation practice, where I sit in a quiet place with my eyes closed and I relax my body and I connect with my higher self. This was something more mindful. This was where sitting in a quiet place, my eyes open, staying in the present moment, and just asking the question, body, how are you feeling today? Just ask the question and wait for the response. Heart, how are you feeling today? And just hear the kind of response that comes back to you is what I would start with, is just asking the questions. Very rarely do we even ask the question. And that's the first step, to get in a quiet place.
I think it's important to have the distinction that it's very much like grounding yourself into your own body, instead of being on that mental loop, how am I feeling? Well, I'm stressed out, or I'm tired, or whatever, letting those kind of, I don't know if it's your ego or just a mind kind of thought racing kind of thing. I've been doing something like that too, but I definitely want to try doing that. And I too practice yoga and a little bit. I don't have as much time as I like in the morning, but I do try to get myself in the morning with my practice, and then in the evening I do a shower technique of clearing and cleansing, just letting the water kind of rush over, and take the time to really honor my body at that point. So I do have morning and evening, and then in the daytime it starts to kind of fall to pieces. So I think I need maybe check in that in the middle of the day might be really helpful.
Yeah.
And that's what we do as body workers, is to provide an opportunity for our clients, whoever's on the table, is to actually feel how the body wants to communicate with you. And that's what a lot of people will come out of the massage and say, oh man, I didn't know I had that pain, or I didn't know I was so stressed out, or I needed that so badly, and because we're not checking in regularly with our body, or we're just oh, I just have this pain, or it's always been there, or instead of saying, well, what do you need, or what is this pain trying to communicate to me, you know, instead of being like, well, I'm just going to try and get rid of it, that's what that's what I usually try to do.
Yeah.
I'm like, ouch, I want this to go away.
And also like to, first acknowledge it. Yeah. Like first, okay, I'm feeling some pain here in my stomach. I'm feeling pain in my stomach, you know, and, you know, our bodies are beautiful mechanisms, you know, and they communicate with us constantly. It's like a small child. It's like if you have a pain in your stomach, and it's kind of like a child, you know, being like, mama, I'm not feeling well. You know, mama, I'm not feeling well. You wouldn't just ignore it. You know, you wouldn't just like, you know, push it away. You know, you would say, tell me about it. You know, what's going on? So I think it is, you know, about, you know, asking, thank you for telling me that you're in pain. Thank you, shoulder. You know, I am feeling you right now. Thank you. I feel your discomfort. Thank you for speaking to me. I hear you, and I want to know what this is about. I want to hear what this is about. I'm listening to you. You know, our bodies want to know that we are listening to them. They're communicating with us throughout the day, and they want to know that we're listening to them. So acknowledging the pain, you know, I am feeling some discomfort in my shoulder, and then ask, you know, thank you for speaking to me. Why are you here? You know, why? You know, ask. Very rarely do we ever ask, why is it pain here? Like, you know, clients might come in and be like, I'm having pain, get rid of it. You know, but let's first say thank you body for speaking to me. You know, thank you body for speaking to me. I hear you. Thank you so much for being part of my journey. Thank you for speaking to me, and tell me why. Why is my stomach hurting me? You know,
how can I help?
How can I help? Yes, exactly. How can I help you? Please tell me how I could help you. I want to help you. Tell me how I can help you. And the answers will come. Yeah, the answers will come. Too quickly, we tend to want to, medicine is a beautiful thing, you know, could definitely, you know, serve a purpose, but, you know, sometimes, you know, it can suppress what the body is wanting to speak to us about. So it is important to ask those questions, to acknowledge it, to thank it, and then ask why. Acknowledge it, thank it, and then ask why.
Yeah, and this just even happened to me today because I was like rushing around and taking care of all the things that I need to do, and I start to feel a headache coming on. I start to feel the pain come, and like I start to feel fatigue and all this, and I knew because we'd been planning and preparing for this, like I knew already I have an awareness of what was going on emotionally, which was causing the pain to come. So once I was able to just take a few minutes to myself, take a shower, you know, I put on music, of course, and just like relax and just be with myself, like you said. And then I share it with Pam, and just like we go back and forth and talk about things and just kind of get it out of there, you know, to get it expressed, you know, and then it started to dissipate. And this is always what we do with our cranial work too. Like we work on each other quite a bit, and we'll say, oh, what's going on, you know, or just like we would talk to any client. What's going on? You know, what do you want to work on? And maybe it's a physical thing, or, you know, usually people come in with a physical thing. But the more and more work we do, like we come in and we'll say, man, I've been so angry at everyone, or like I'm just totally stressed, or like I've got this feeling coming up, and we're like, yes, let's go for it. You know, let's go into a deep meditative state. And let's play with it. Let's see what it wants to say, or what experience is it linked to for you. And just letting the body then kind of take over. You know, the body then can just say like, okay, now I'm relaxed. Now it's safe, and I can release. I can just sometimes it's nothing but just like a great space, like, and we'll say, well, how was the session? We'll be like, it was great. And we'll be like, well, what did you experience? I'm like, nothing. And it was awesome,
Yeah, sometimes you need that.
Just space, sometimes you just need to breathe and like have nothing on your mind and no thoughts and just be with yourself. And sometimes those are my favorite sessions,
The session will bring you whatever you are meant to have. You know, sometimes it's not always what we expect it to be.
It's never what we expect.
No, and sometimes expectations get in the way.
Yeah.
Sometimes, when you have expectations, you're just going to be disappointed. It's good to have intentions. Intentions are good, but intention is different than expectation. It's good to set an intention. It's good to set a desire, but expectations, that's not always a good thing. Expectations feels more to me about control, and you really want to keep yourself open. You really want to keep yourself open to whatever experiences, not only in this session, but in life. You want to keep yourself open. You want to set intentions and desires, but also keep yourself open to experiences.
To see what happens.
And
that's why we always say, like, I usually describe it as like it's a check engine light. If you have something going on in your body or something going on in your life that's giving you some trouble, like that just means it's a time to check in, and it's time to like, okay, let's start there. And then the intention is like, just be with that. And once it gets the attention that it needs, more will come, and you'll be able to move on from that. And you might even get an awareness of where it came from in the beginning. And sometimes just knowing that is enough to like let it go. Which is nice.
Yeah, I agree. And I think that's why I do feel like on connecting with yourself and being connected to your body and listening to it, like truly listening to your body, and realizing you're not alone on this journey, that it is like a check engine light sometimes, it will speak to us, it will communicate with us and guide us, on what's really going on.
I really liked what you said about the expectations. And sometimes even if it is like in a treatment, you go for a certain thing, but then that doesn't seem like it got much better. But to maybe see like, well, what did change? What did come up? And because sometimes it's not like you didn't get it all the way. So it doesn't go away because you haven't incorporated everything, the emotion or whatever else is contributing to whatever we think we're working on. But could you talk a little bit about sometimes how like expectations could get in the way of like your healing? Because you're not like paying attention to those other things that are really coming in. You're still kind of blinded to where changes are occurring in your life.
Exactly. I do feel like we have this need to know. We have this need to understand. And the need to know, to understand, and even the need, even setting expectations, it's all part of this need to control. It really is. And it is a way of, I feel like it's a way of feeling safe. It is a way for us, when we set expectations, it's a way for us maybe to feel safe, you know? And sometimes that can get in the way. It truly can. This need, in the core of us, of course, we want to feel safe, but this need to control, this need to know, this need to understand, this need to, have expectations on what's going to happen. You're limiting yourself on the possibilities. You are truly limiting yourself. What you expect to happen is here. What source energy could offer you is here. You truly are limiting yourself when you just put these expectations on a whether it be a session, whether it be a situation in life. you truly are limiting yourself.
Yeah.
You truly are limiting yourself. We are meant to be more free flowing and more trust. It is about trust. It is about allowing. It is about, keeping that space for, source to work through us. So
Yeah,
I do think it can't limit you. When you put expectations on anything in life, you are limiting yourself. You truly are.
Yeah, and just like you said, you're setting yourself up for disappointment, or just not to be like content with what happened, or like you said, trusting. Things happen in divine timing, and like your healing is a process, and sometimes it's like a little piece of what you wanted to work on will go just to make space for something else to come up.
Yeah.
And sometimes you have to take care of one thing before you can get to the other thing, and like we just can't know all of that stuff because it has to unfold.
Peeling away of it,
Yeah.
just peeling it away. It's layer by layer. It's a journey. It's a process. We're not meant to go from 1 to 12. It is a beautiful journey. It's a beautiful process along the way.
Like tell them how you are, like whenever you go into a session with me and you're like, no, that's not what I told you to.
With
She'll
the
be like,
expectations.
I wanted you to work on my neck mostly, and then you're doing all this other stuff, and then I get really mad at you.
I did, yeah. You feel irritation coming up, but the sessions are always what I need. They're not always what I expect, what I think I want, but I know it always turns out to be what I need.
Yeah.
Incredible insights come from them. Incredible healing comes from them. And it is about staying open to that.
Yeah.
And trusting that it is exactly what you need in the moment. Everything is provided to us in the moment, what we need, and it is a peeling away.
Right.
It is a peeling away, and it is trusting that.
And that's how we both work, and mostly everyone here is working based off of intuition. So it's like, well, why did you go to that area of the body when I told you like my pain was here? Because I just felt it, or right. Or just like before I even started doing like cranial stuff, I had a pretty much set massage, and it was good. Like everybody was like, you're great, like good massage, whatever. And I'm like, okay, cool. If somebody will say like a specific physical injury, I'll go back to my education, the clinical stuff, and I know like, here's what you do, X, Y, Z. And once I started this whole journey with like tuning in and really strengthening like the intuitive work, all of that went away. And now I'm like, I really never know what I'm going to do. I never know how the session is going to go out. I just have to trust. And I know Pam is doing this too, because like I said, she works on me and I feel it. And sometimes I don't even know, I can't even tell that she's working on me. Like I sometimes I just feel like it's a oneness, like in that she's doing everything that I would do if I was working on myself. And that is a beautiful thing.
Yeah, and it is about, honoring the moment, honoring the experience, staying present, and allowing healing to take place, and whatever that needs to be.
Yeah.
Whatever that needs to be in that moment. But it is about honoring our journey, honoring ourselves.
And I'll just add something too that like has been helping me feel grounded and feel like I'm in the moment, I'm honoring myself, is being creative. Like so much, like I'm constantly in a conversation with myself, not so much with my body. I'm just beginning the tip of the iceberg with like getting in touch with my body and really loving and honoring and communicating with my body. But like this creative side is really your intuition, and it's really like a great way, the best way I think is to tap into like just source energy or God, or just to listen and let it flow through you. I have all these ideas and thoughts and like words and everything, and if I don't let it out, like it starts to build up inside of me, and then that's when it does turn into like physical manifestation. So like writing or, you know, creating or just whatever it is that you feel is a way to express what's going on inside of you. And the more you get that out, the more you'll get like a clear channel, and the more you'll be able to really tune into your intuition and like live by that. And the more you live by your intuition, the better you feel, because it's like you're really getting out of your own way, you know, and you can just, then you'll be able to sit down and say, how's my body feeling, you know, without saying like, I don't know, you know, I just feel heavy, or, you know, whatever. Like, it might be a challenge for some to just sit and like ask the body how it feels if you haven't been used to listening that way, you know, because you can doubt yourself all day and all night, but when you start to tune in just little by little, you know, you might notice some kind of like synchronicity, or and be like, oh, or you might notice something from like a message from spirit, and it'd be like, oh, that really reminds me of my grandmother, and that makes me smile, you know. And the more you do that, and you just, they feel that, and like that just strengthens it the more you do it, you know. And that's really a game changer, and it'll really set yourself up for like communicating with your body and with
others. I kind of want to talk about that a little bit too, that clear channel, you know. During the day, you know, let's say you do your yoga in the morning, you do your meditation in the morning, you're connected to yourself, and then you walk out the door and we begin our days. Then the thoughts start coming in, you know, and I think it's important to like, let's look at our thoughts a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, during the day, it's important when these thoughts come in to question them. You know, I love Byron Katie's work, you know, where she asks, is it true? You know, is this thought true? You know, I think that is so important for us to really look at these thoughts that come through during the day. How do they feel? You know, is this really a true thought?
Yeah.
How does it feel inside my body?
Yeah.
And to question them. And in the moment, it might be true. You know, in the moment, you know what, I am feeling, you know, anger, you know, and that person might have upset me, you know, but, you know, could I possibly look at a different perspective in that, you know? You know, could I see that, could I shift that thought slightly, you know, instead of getting stuck into the thought?
Yeah.
I think it's important for us, like, again, like during the day, to look at our thoughts, you know, to look at these feelings that are coming up inside of us, to question them as they come up. You know, is it true? How does it feel? You know, and if it is true, which it's okay, you know, if you are feeling truth in this, you know, can I shift it?
Yeah.
You know, can I look at it from a different perception, a different perspective, and consciously? I feel like it's about living our lives more consciously, with higher awareness, you know, and the things that we do, you know, and the things that we think and the things that we say. Yeah. It's, you know, it's taking our practice beyond just 1 hour in the morning and bringing it throughout our day, you know, looking at checking in with how we're feeling, checking into what these thoughts are saying, and questioning them and shifting them.
I usually question it like, is it true? Or does this thought bring me closer to the life that I want? Or does this bring me closer to being the person that I'm wanting to be? Like, does it align with my goals?
Yeah.
You know, and a lot of times that will really get you out of looking outside yourself and to know like, okay, well, I felt that, and that's true. What you feel is true.
It's okay
but,
to
like,
acknowledge it. I felt
yeah.
that. Yeah.
But then like look a little deeper and like, well, what could this mean, or where could this come from? And instead of being like that person or situation created it, just to know like that we created it, just so that we can have higher awareness and to learn, more about ourselves.
Mm.
Go to Jesus.
Oh, go to Jesus. Okay.
I'm waiting for this.
You want to hear that one? I wanted to talk a little bit about. It kind of ties into honoring self. It does tie into the honoring self, and I want to first. I have a meditation I want to tell you about, but I first want to tell you about an experience I had years ago. It was when I first began massage. It was my first day in massage school. We sat around a circle. The teacher asked us, why do we want to do massage? That was the question. Why do you want to do massage? And, of course, at first you go in panic mode thinking, oh gosh, what am I going to say? But luckily I was like one of the last people to go. And we began going around the circle, and everyone's response was they want to do massage because they want to help people. They want to do massage because they want to heal people. They want to do massage because they want to teach people. Everything they were saying was about service. Everything they were saying was about servicing someone else, servicing another. And something inside of me something didn't feel right in that moment. It didn't feel right to me. It didn't there was something there, and this was years ago, and I really wasn't connected to how I was feeling, but something just didn't feel right in what they were saying. So when it got to me, I responded from my heart, and I said, well, I decided to do massage because, I felt, drawn to it. I just felt guided to it. I like, I like learning about the body, and I love connecting with other people. And the idea of connecting through touch sounds amazing to me. I love working with energy. I love the feeling of energy inside my body, working with energy and feeling the energy in my body. I love, connecting with others in that energetic field. Everything I was saying was about me. Everything I was saying was about what felt good to me. And I basically said, I'm doing it because it sounds really fun. It sounds like something really fun to do. And I felt like everyone looked at me in kind of an odd way, kind of oddly, as if my response was a little selfish, but it was honest. It was from my heart. And that's why I was doing it. But there was something in that exchange that just didn't feel right. They were so focused on service, but I was drawn to massage because it just seemed like it would be really fun and exciting to explore and to do, So in a meditation recently, I was meditating on honoring self. I was meditating on what it's like to honor self and how important it is to honor self. And Jesus had came to me in this meditation. And I saw how, how everyone views Jesus' death as he died for us. He died for our sins. He died for us. It was a service. It was about sacrifice. That's the word. It was about sacrifice. It was about service. It was about that. And in that moment, I heard Jesus say to me, for me, was for me. Others may feel something completely differently because, it's a beautiful world, beautiful earth. We all can believe what we like, But for me, he said, that was my death was truly about honoring self, In that moment, I felt that the importance of honoring who I was, that I saw how Jesus, he honored who he was. He spoke his truth. He didn't deny who he was. He, taught from his heart. He believed in his teachings. He never tried to be somebody he's not, He was fully present. He was fully connected, and he honored who he was. And service just came naturally after that, is what I saw in the meditation. That I felt like so often we skip over honoring self and go right to service, as if it is our lives are meant to be, what was the word again? Sacrifice, Too often we skip over honoring ourselves and go right to service. And what we need to realize, and what I learned in that meditation when Jesus came to me, was that if I were just to honor myself, if I were just to speak my truth, if I was just to be me and, allow others to see that, then service just comes naturally. Yeah. We just naturally are service. We naturally are love, but it does start with honoring ourselves first. It does start with embracing practices first. I heard something recently that really resonated with me. Somebody online said that if you take a class with the intention of teaching it, then you're not fully learning the material, and I thought that was so powerful. If your intention is always like to teach, if your intention is always to serve, then you're missing the whole juicy, delicious part of embracing it yourself, honoring yourself, healing yourself. Yeah. And service just comes through your excitement. It comes through your passion. Right. Teaching just comes through your excitement. It comes through your passion. It just comes naturally. In that, that meditation was so important to me because it showed me the importance of how important it is to honor who we are before we move into service, before we move into teaching.
How do we do that? How do we honor ourselves? And it's something I've been working on too. Like over the summer, I find myself always feeling like I'm constantly disappointing myself. I'm not living up to an expectation that I can't get everything done in a day that I need to get done or that I should get done. Mm-hmm. So, and even healthy practices like yoga and exercise and things like that, like what is the motivation behind it? Are you doing this because you feel like you should do it? You need to keep your body healthy and strong, so that's why you exercise. Or is it an opportunity to honor yourself, to check in with your body and do something that fills you up and fuels you? And this is what, like I was saying over the summer, like And the word lazy, I was really like diving into that, because that always would trigger me, like, and I'll even say it about myself, like, I don't get all of that stuff done because I'm lazy. Or if somebody would ever call somebody lazy, I'm like, ugh, that's really mean,
Yeah.
and why would I say that to myself? So I just was like writing about it and thinking about it, and the message that I receive is that, like, you're spending all of your time and energy on these things that don't fuel you, they don't honor yourself, they don't feed you spiritually. So then you have only a tiny bit left or none left to do the things that really do that for you. So how about for a little while, I don't do the dishes, sorry, or like I don't do the chores, or what, I didn't take care of the yard or whatever, like things that I think like I should do because it's to keep up appearances, or I should do because it's healthy, or I should, all these should do. So what will I do with my time if I just ask myself, what do I really want to do with my time? And then there's this idea of leisure time activities. Well, I won't be able to do all of these things until I get my to-do list done, and these are leisure activities. What? Reading, or like doing arts and crafts, or take a walk, connect with your family, or like whatever it is for you. How about we do those first?
Yeah.
And so I tried that, and it was easier in the summer because we had more free time, but I tried that and it worked because I felt happy and I felt relaxed, and I felt like I gave myself a gift of time, and just like to be with myself and to honor myself. And then guess what? I have a lot more energy. I can do the chores and stuff, and I'm not grumbling about it, or like resenting my family for leaving their socks and stuff all around,
Yeah.
And it was a really big, like, eye-opening moment for me. And like spending time, can you value the time you spend on yourself, on leisure activities, or whatever? Can you value that time as much as you value time in service, or in to-do lists, or whatever else you're spending your time on?
Or the multitasking part I want to talk about. That's kind of on that note too, how the multitasking thing, how we tend to do that with our to-do list. Let's say you decide you're going to spend some time alone. I'm going to spend some me time. I'm going to get up in the morning and I'm going to spend some me time, just some time by myself, So I'm going to get up in the morning and I'm going to, let's say it's going to be a nice day tomorrow. So I'm going to go outside and I'm going to connect with nature. And you know what I'll do, since I'm outside, is I'll go for a walk and get some exercise too. So I'll get outside, connect with nature, and I will go for a walk and get some exercise while I'm at it, and this will be my me time. And since I'm walking, I might as well take the dogs with me too. So I'm gonna connect with nature. I'm gonna walk and get some exercise, and I'm gonna take the dogs with me. So I'm gonna do that. And then as I'm walking, I'm thinking about my day. I'm going to plan out my day. I'm thinking about my day. I got a whole plan for my day. So this is my me time. This is going to be my me time. So you do all this, you get home, and you're feeling pretty good about yourself because you feel like you checked off these things. But did you truly spend any time by yourself? Like really by yourself?
Right.
You didn't. Walking the dog is walking the dog. Exercising is exercising. Thinking about your to-do list, that's thinking about your to-do list. Connecting with nature, that's a beautiful thing, but that's connecting with nature. But but it's not truly, being focused on me time. So I think these tasks, like you said, it is important. Like if you are going to do a task, be fully present. If you're going to walk the dog, walk the dog. If you're going to exercise, then exercise. If you're going to sit outside and connect with nature, then great, then connect with nature. But we have this need to multitask and check things off and count that as getting things done or putting things down as me time when it really isn't.
Yeah.
It really isn't. That's something I was kind of feeling and thinking about.
Yeah.
But let's see if there's anyone here. Okay, so we have, so Sarah, should we be a client to ourselves? Hector wants to know. And I really love the asking our body how it's feeling. But yeah, definitely I think being a client to yourself is...
Or just being a friend.
Being a friend. Oh, I like
yourself.
that. Be a friend to yourself. Have a relationship with yourself. It is not, you're right. It's not about being a client. It's about being a friend.
Just thinking about that the other day too. Like, it's like, if you're struggling with something in your mind, like just go to like, what would you say to your friend? And that's the advice that you should always give yourself.
Yeah. But yeah, we actually did have plans today to do Yoga Nidra. You want to talk about Yoga Nidra? It's already 7:50. Yeah, let's do it.
So we're having Yoga Nidra every Monday night, and it is a guided meditation. And I just wanted to go over, there's about 8 steps that you would do every class or when you're being guided. But I wanted to go over what you could do just for yourself if you have a few minutes that you could practice on your own. So
yeah, let's do it.
I don't really know how to go about this. So if you would just like to practice, it will be just like a really brief one. I would have you find yourself in a really comfortable position. It's best to lay down, and then I'll go over after also ways that you can do if you don't have an opportunity to lay down. So I would...
Or they can just kind of sit in the chair where they're at right now with their eyes closed, maybe, just to get a feel for it.
Yes. So it'll be just a quick one, and then I'll go over the steps after so you could practice it on your own. So
so maybe just...
Pam will be my model.
Yeah. So I attend Sarah's Yoga Nidra on Monday nights, and it is absolutely amazing. It's it's great for beginners. It's great for, the advanced meditator. And I'm not usually one for a guided meditation, but there's something about the Yoga Nidra that completely takes me out of my body. It just puts me in such an incredible deep state. It's absolutely amazing. It's like magic. It absolutely is like magic. So if you are someone that does have a tendency to struggle a little bit with meditation, or you just love being in a deep state, I would definitely recommend Sarah's Yoga Nidra class. It is
if you
really,
have problems
really nice.
Sleeping or just relaxing, this is a perfect opportunity for you to get on a level for your subconscious to just work out those things when you're in the meditation, so that when it's time to sleep or relax, your brain isn't running there, or your body isn't like producing the pain and things like that you might experience that would be keeping you from sleeping.
Yeah, I've done it right before bed, and I have slept so well, incredibly
Yoga
well.
Nidra is the path to change. So if you have a habit, we were going to go into habits, so maybe next time.
Yeah.
If you have a habit you're trying to get rid of, or you want to learn more about why does this keep coming up, this pattern keep coming up for me, or trying to include bring in more healthy habits, this is a great practice for that. So everyone, if you like, please find yourself a seat where you can relax back or even lay down.
I'll just close my eyes.
Find yourself a quiet place if possible. Darken the room if you can do that. And then you will begin your practice of Yoga Nidra. We typically practice in a Shavasana position, but for now, we'll sit. And let your mind wander around the environment, listening to the sounds reaching you from outside. Don't analyze or intellectualize these sounds. Just become aware of them as something external. I'm just taking some nice deep breaths to ground you into the practice. Bring your attention to the body. Take a deep breath. And as you breathe out, feel yourself letting go. Focus your mind on the meeting points between your body and the surface beneath you. And just develop this feeling for a couple of minutes. And then we will rotate our consciousness quickly around the body. Rotation of awareness by taking a trip through the different parts of the body. As quickly as possible, the awareness is to go from part to part. You repeat the part in your mind and simultaneously become aware of that part of the body. Keep yourself alert, but do not concentrate too intensely. Become aware of the right hand thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, palm of the hand, back of the hand, the wrist, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, the right waist, the right hip, the right thigh, the kneecap, the calf muscle, the ankle, the heel, the sole of the right foot, the top of the right foot, the big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe. Become aware of the left hand thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, palm of the hand, wrist, lower arm, elbow, upper arm, the shoulder, armpit, left waist, left hip, left thigh, the kneecap, calf, ankle, heel, sole of the left foot, top of the foot, big toe, second toe, third, fourth, fifth. The back of the body, the entire back of the body, front of the body, the entire front of the body, the whole body, the whole body, the whole body. Become aware of your natural breath. Focus your attention on the breath as it moves in and out of the nostrils. Focus on the abdomen rising and falling with the breath. Maintain your awareness of this for some time. Begin to count the breaths backwards from 11 to 1. Like this. Inhaling 11, exhaling 11. Inhaling 10, exhaling 10, and so on. Stop counting and take a long, deep breath. Sit quietly for a few minutes. When you feel ready, begin to stretch yourself slowly. And let your eyes gently blink open. And this completes the practice. Yeah, that's
Okay,
that's
it. But yeah, I would definitely recommend.
That's just a short one for you guys to be able to do on your own. The main parts are the body scan, focusing your awareness all through the body and focusing on the breath. Do the counting and then give yourself time to come back. And if you just need it for sleep, the body scan, doing that a few times should really put you to sleep. So good luck with that. Come into class. And thanks for tuning in with us.
Thanks for tuning in. This is our first Facebook Live, so we were a little bit nervous.
Yes.
But hope to do
no need, of course.
No, we just wanted this one really to be us speaking from our hearts and sharing some of our own beliefs and experiences and practices. And we hope to do
Mondays at 7.
Mondays at 7 for Yoga Nidra. I know I am so sorry. I didn't scroll down to see questions. I don't know how to do this. I just realized there was some questions there. But I think we got to everything. I think we did. So thank you everyone for joining us. Thank you. And we hope to do some more in the future. Yeah, come see us. If your higher self tells you you need a massage, you absolutely should listen and come to us for massage and craniosacral. Yeah, whenever your body says, that is the truth. You must come in for a massage. It's definitely higher self talking. All right. Thank you. Have a good night.